everyone. I actually was not expecting to make a video so quickly since my last video. Sometimes it takes a very long time. But just the other day, some things have happened and I actually have the time to make a video, so this is it. This happened, I think, on the 2nd. It was like a really, really bad day for me that day. I was in a lot of pain, a lot of sudden unexplainable back pain, and I kind of came home from work really early that day, and it was supposed to be a really late night. And when I got home, not only was I in pain, but me and David got into like a really petty argument, and it was already me to tears because I had a bad day at that point, and I was just like, whatever. So I went into the bedroom and I just cried, and the lights were turned off, the door was closed because David was like, whatever, and he just went to a separate room. And I was crying for about 10 minutes, and I started to realize that there was another noise in the room. So, like, I stopped crying, and I listened, and it sounded like it was whimpering, like maybe like a really soft, muffled crying or whimpering or something like that. And I'm like, maybe I'm just hearing myself. So I hold my breath, and I listen, and it's still there, and it goes on for like a minute before it just kind of stops. And after that, it got really, really calm. Like, I suddenly just, like, I didn't feel the need to cry. I was really, really tired, and I literally almost just fell asleep right there. And David came into the room, and, like, later on, we made up, and we went to bed and cuddled, and so there you go. So that was nice. And then early, like, the first thing in the morning when we woke up, it was, like, around 6:30 in the morning, because we're morning birds. Apparently that's sleeping in for us. And we're both sitting up in bed, we're enjoying our cup of coffee, and it's just silent. And then all of a sudden David goes, "What is that?" And I'm like, "What is what?" And he goes, "That voice. It sounds like I hear voices. It sounds like someone's yelling." And I'm like, there's nothing going on. I don't hear anything." He goes, "Are you serious? You don't hear anything?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "That's so weird. It must be like someone yelling at their dog outside." Like, in my brain, I'm like, I would have heard that too then if it was someone yelling outside. I mean, if you hear someone yelling at like a dog or something outside, I think I would hear that too, because that does happen occasionally, and yes, I do hear that. But I didn't hear anything. And I was smiling because that's like the second time that he's heard something that I was not able to hear in this house. So that was really cool. I mean, even though he blew it off to it being like something outside, or, like neighbors or something, I know what it was. And maybe a part of him knows what it is too, because, I've told him that I think there's something here. So I know, at least in the back of his mind, when stuff happens, he goes, "Oh God, she's gonna think that it's this." And I don't know, sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't know. I don't know. But I definitely think that time it was something. Because, just the night before, there was something in the room with me, crying with me. It's kind of weird. And then this morning, he heard yelling, and I didn't get to hear the yelling, so I think that's pretty interesting. Also, earlier that day, on the 2nd, I had a missed shift. Like I said, I was supposed to work really, really late that day, so I didn't have to go in until like around 11. So I was just doing some stuff around the house, and in the guest bedroom where there's nothing there, right now I have like a blanket on the ground, like a beach blanket, and it has all of my dried out driftwood for making arts and craft situations. And so I was sitting on the floor in there, and I was kind of like going through my driftwood, seeing what would look good with what piece, and like what I wanted to make, and what I still needed so that I can, I don't know, so it looks right. And right when I walk in there and I sit down, I hear something on the other side of the room, like where the closet's at, started to shuffle. And I turn around, there's nothing there. Like, it sounds like there would be an animal or something in there. That's what it sounded like. Someone just, like an animal shuffling around or something. And I turn around and there's nothing there. So I go back to what I was doing, and like a second later it does it again. But this time it's like on like the other side, like opposite side of the closet, but still across the room. I keep my recycled goods in, and I have like plastic bags and paper bags and stuff like that. It sounds like someone's messing in there. And I turn around again, and there's nothing there. Like, it stops every time I go and I turn. Like, it stops. And so I go back to what I was doing, and at this point, I'm talking out loud about what I want to do and what pieces I still need, what kind of drift would I still need, and the things like shuffling in response to me. So I pretty much just told it, you know, I know this sounds really stupid, but I just wanted to see if it would work. Like, when I put all the stuff back on the blanket, I left an empty spot. Now I'm like, whatever pieces you like, you can put in this spot and I will make you something. You just can't use these pieces because I'm using these pieces, but everything else, you know, you put in that spot and, you know, I'll make something for you. And it's been 2 days and that spot is still empty. Probably didn't like anything or just wasn't listening. I really don't know. That was probably nothing, but I noticed, you know, that was pretty much the only time. Sorry. That was pretty much the only time that I ever walked into that room and, like, that type of noises were occurring. I've been in there plenty of times before and that's never happened. I just heard a whisper, like, in my ear, so. I think I want to start trying to capture the voices because apparently voices are becoming a really big deal here. That's like a lot of the activity now. Well, besides like the shuffling noises, it's a lot of voices, and I'm kind of scared to do EVPs because I don't want to welcome the activity, promote the activity, or like I don't want anything bad to happen because I'm like acknowledging it in that particular way. So I'm a little hesitant on doing that, but I do mostly want to try to get some sort of hard evidence just so I can prove to David that there actually is something here. I just really don't know how else to go about that safely. I'm going to do some research and see what I can do, or if it's just better off being left alone and then just kind of maybe capturing what evidence I can in the moments that it decides to do something, which is very difficult because a lot of the times I don't have my phone ready, which is like the only thing I can grab real quick that has like a voice recorder, camcorder, and you know, taking pictures. Sometimes I'm not quick enough to grab that and capture it before it's over because sometimes it just takes seconds and then it's done. And a lot of times, like, I'll hear footsteps and I'll grab my phone and I'll start recording, and then I'm going to play it back. You can't hear anything. So I really don't know what to do about that. But I guess I'm going to keep trying and see if I can capture anything. I will keep you guys updated about things that happen here when they happen. I'll make the videos when I have the ability to. It's getting summer season, which means I'm not going to have a day off until probably around August. So I'll have to just like try to make time. Good luck with that. But thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.